Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It is your favorite Dark Sorcerer here. And tonight, I'd like to open this up with the first of the kings from the Goetia, King Beliyal. Okay? He's had quite a few names over the years, depending on the era, the region, and the spelling of his name. Now, I thought I'd take a moment and just read out of my grimoire just a little bit, kind of give you a little tidbit upon what he's capable of, who he is, and where you can find him and his lore. Okay? King Beliyal, the number one, king within the nine, basically meaning the first of the nine infernal kings from the Goetia, the lesser key of Solomon. Okay? The infernal gatekeeper, the jinn, and biblical, 1 Samuel 2nd verses 11 through 36, speaking on the sons of Beliyal. Okay? Goes my many spellings ranging from Beliyal, as in Balial, Beliar, Beliar, Beliyal with three L's, two at the end, and Beliyal. His most ancient spelling of his name is Beliyal. Okay? Beliyal is known as the Prince of Iniquity and Arrogance. His element is fire, and his direction is the south. Beliyal has the ability for political power, dignitaries, favors, and mastery. Henceforth is why he is known as the Master. Okay? Beliyal is associated with both elements of fire and earth. Now, I found that interesting because most of these kings are not associated with two or more elements. Okay? Most of which you see them with the association of one element. Beliyal literally has two. So I found that very interesting. Beliyal on the Tree of Life, aka the Klapothic, is represented by the sixth spot, Sephiroth. Okay, this position is of the mental. Okay, mental meaning knowledge, power. Okay, the mind's ability to grow. Okay, and that of the beauty of the earth, which Beliyal connects both to the awareness of all things. Okay, Beliyal's colors are green, brown, and black, and the month that he represents is December. Okay, Beliyal is mentioned in the Dead Sea Scrolls as the leader of the sons and daughters of darkness and the chief of all devils. In the Qumran text within the Testament of Amran, Q 543, 545 through 48, Beliyal is one of the Watchers whose three titles are Beliyal, Prince of Darkness, and King of Evil. Beliyal, a mighty king, centered, or next after Lucifer, or created, I should say, after Lucifer, shall appear as an angel most beautiful, riding within a chariot of fire, speaking softly. This gatekeeper first fell before Michael, spelled Mikhail, and other heavenly angelics. His attributes are such that he even and will distribute senatorships and cast favors of friends and foes. It's proven He provides excellent familiars. The magician must provide both offerings and sacrifices to him. Gustus Davison equates Beliyal with the order of virtues. Turk Suzij, the founder of the Embassy of Lucifer and the author of the demonic Bible, equates Belial as both a demonic prince, third after Satan and Lucifer, and having ties to both the jinn and genies. Okay? So, what's ironic about this is that we see, depending upon what text, what era he is spoken of, he's either a king or a prince. We know that Anton Szandor LaVey in the Satanic Bible equated him third after Lucifer and Satan. Okay, Satan, Lucifer, and Belial, and then Leviathan in that order. And here he is called a prince, prince of evil. Okay. Now, what's interesting as well is that when we go all the way back into the grimoires, like the ceremonial magic by White, we see him as a king. Okay, this predates what Anton Szandor LaVey said. Okay, and the way he viewed Belial. The biblical account only speaks upon the sons of Belial. Okay, meaning that they are the children, meaning Nephilim. We know that a lot of grimoires going all the way back to the Dead Sea Scrolls not only brings about a different spelling, but a different perception of who he is. When I first moved to Texas years ago, Beliyal was one of the first that I called on. And I petitioned him for a familiar. And about 2 to 3 years later, I ended up living down in Texas, and I was walking back from the store, I should say the bank, really, because a friend of mine and a former friend and I went to the bank, and we ended up coming across some kittens, one of which followed us literally a quarter mile down the road. After we took it back, went home, we came back with a car. Found out that these cats were actually street kittens. They had no owner, no nothing. So we ended up getting 3 of these kittens off the street. Found it interesting because we gave them free range of the house and let them choose their own names, let them choose their own masters. My Bella, a lilac Siamese flame point mixed little girl, chose me. She is very loyal and very protective of me. Belial is the one who bestowed her upon me because of my request. Beliyal is one of the most friendliest ones that go with humanity. When any demon works with a human, some are more impatient. Beliyal, on the other hand, is not impatient. He is actually very understanding that we are, let's just call us minor. Okay? And when I say minor, I mean our scope is about like this. Okay? As magicians, sorcerers, about like that. His arm's length. He's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. So he builds up tolerance, respect. power. He has a lot of legions underneath his belt. And that's something that is very cool because of the fact that he is associated with a very powerful group of entities. And I'm going to get into these. And I'm going to give you sources, and I'm going to give you the texts and locations of where you can seek them out. Beliyal has done wonders in my life. He bestowed titles upon me. He has bestowed excellent familiars. I have 3 excellent familiars now, 2 of which are playing at the moment. But my point is, when you build up your relationship with these beings, you're going to see what they can do for you just as much as you can do for them. That door swings both ways. And in a lot of things, yes, John, they are contradictory. However, when you learn the truth for yourself by going into these ancient texts, these ancient scrolls, these ancient grimoires, you start seeing a bigger picture. You start expanding your horizons, and you get to the truth, the root of their names, and where they are located. Beliyal is one that I recommend all sorcerers to get to know. This means sorcerers, sorceresses, it does not matter. Sage, mage, it doesn't matter. They are one, this is one entity I would highly recommend anyone to work with. This is a great starting point, and like I said, he gives excellent gifts. All right. But I wanted to get onto here and kind of just give you a scope of what he is capable of doing, the names that he went under and went by, but most importantly, what he's capable of doing for you. Question is, are you going to be patient? Are you willing to open up and let him into your world and allow him to guide you and to teach you? So many authors have spoken on him. E.A. Coetting, Become a Living God, has spoken on him. Reverend Cain, who wrote the Unholy Bible, the Book of Kings, and the was it the Book of Hymns, and most recently it was a 3-in-1 for all updated version, which was called The Infernal Gospels by Reverend Cain. A lot of good information is in these books. But the funny thing is that King Solomon himself had a very interesting perception of him. And I found this one to really fit his royalty status. What do I mean by royalty? He's a king. He's a prince, right? In some cases he's seen as a prince, other ones he's seen as a king. So here we see where he has these entourage, these trumpet players who come before him, before the throne of Solomon, announcing his arrival. It's fitting, isn't it? His royalty status, his most loyal subjects. To see where his loyalty lied through the War of the Heavens, to see where his loyalty was to Satan or Lucifer. Even in the Goetia, no matter if it's Dr. Rudd, Michael W. Ford's, Dante, okay, you're going to see where he is known as a king, not a prince. He's most About 99% of the time, he's referred to as a king, not a prince. Only in a couple of locations do we see him as a prince. Only 2 sources. Imagine that. So why is everybody quoting him as a prince? Well, I just read it right here in my grimoire, showing you how he is seen as the Prince of Darkness from the Qumran within the Testament of Abram, Amram, Amram. And this is actually from the Dead Sea Scrolls. And even further, going forward, we can get further in to his history. But like I said, I'm only going to give tidbits here because I want you to be able to go out and do your own research. I want you to learn for yourself, not because somebody on a screen or doing a live video or even an uploaded video tells you to. Don't believe everything you're told. Do it for yourself because you want to evolve. You want to get out of the slums and you want to rise to the occasion. You want to rise from the ashes, become the phoenix, rise from your own ashes, evolve and become your own God. That is what I want from you. But I'm not going to make the choice for you. The choice is yours to continue on with the same old, or become more, become better. That's up to you. Like I said, Beliyal is just the first that I'm going to be doing videos on. With that said, I hope this has been educational. I hope it's been enlightening. And until next time, I want to thank John for jumping on here with me and whoever else liked my post, because I noticed there's 4 little things underneath the like button and, or well, the people button, and 1 like. Okay? And for those of you who are going to come on after this video is over, I want to thank you as well. All right? Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'll answer here or on my Facebook page. Either one's fine. I always make myself available to the public. The only thing I ask is no stupid questions. Okay? Take this seriously. This is not a joke. Okay? If somebody posts a poll on what you'd like to learn more of and you put unicorn sex, well, let's just face it, that's childish. And I'm looking to teach adults. In this case, I would not answer you. Okay? Because I'm not going to reply to stupidity. Be responsible and ask intelligent questions. All right? Have a good night. And until next time, I'm out. And you're welcome, John.